Now let's move to Unit 1 in Theme 1. A fair exchange. A fair exchange. What does that mean? What does exchange mean? We are going to talk about that. First of all, let's have a look at these two ships in here. As you can see, we have a new one and an old one. Okay? We need you now in a sheet of paper or in your exercise book to draw a column. You would write old ship and a new ship. And I need you to classify these words in here into those two categories. Okay? Which one will belong to the new ship and which one would belong to the old ship. Okay? Go ahead. You can pause the video and start doing your work. Good luck. Welcome back. I think you have did a great job in there. Let's go and check your answers. The first word said powered with wind. Which one do you think is powered with wind? Of course, the old ship is powered with wind because they use those sails to catch the wind and help them to push the ship in the sea. The second one, made of wood. Which one do you think is made of wood? Of course, the old one is made of wood, while the new one is made of something else. 3, powered with engines or powerful engines. They have powerful engines. Which one have an engine in there? Of course, the new one has the engines there. Triangle sails. Triangle sails. You know what does sail mean? Sail is that piece of cloth. They put it there to catch the wind. So which one is using sails? Yes, the old one is using sail as a power for them. It carries silk and spices. Which one we think carries silk and spices? Yes, the old one carries silk and spices. Which one would carry the oil? The new one would carry the oil. Oh, good. We have, gigantic, oil tankers, whatever. Electronic control. Which one has an electronic control? Yes, the new one has an electronic control and made of steel. The new one is also made of steel. So it was a very nice activity. It helps you to group certain words under certain categories. Let's move to the next activity. Read the following text as quickly as possible. When you have finished, choose the most appropriate title. So you will have, a long text in here with 4 paragraphs. I need you to read it, as quick as possible, just for general ideas in here, and see which coming, title will be the most appropriate title for such an essay. Remember, you are going to, to check for the most appropriate title for the whole reading in here. Go ahead. You can pause the video and read. So I think you have read the text in here. Let's choose which appropriate title. Which one is the most appropriate title? Is it the history of frankincense trade or shopping for perfumes, or it is the rise of oil business in Oman, or the last one, trading in ancient and modern times? Which one do you think is the most suitable? Remember, we are talking about the whole text, not about a specific paragraph in there. I think you have guessed it. Yes, it's trading in ancient and modern times. Good. So now we have chosen the most appropriate title for the whole text. Now I need you to do what? To do the same thing, but with only these paragraphs. For each paragraph, choose the most appropriate title. Go ahead, read, and choose the most appropriate title. So I think you have read the paragraph in here. What do you think is the most appropriate title for this paragraph? It is what? Yes, it is the history of trading, because this paragraph is talking about the history and how does trading change the course of the history. Now, before moving on, I need to ask you about two things. Which word means people who buy and sell goods in this paragraph? And which words means suddenly and greatly? Yeah? Which word means people who buy and sell goods? It is merchants. And dramatically means suddenly and greatly. Dramatically. So merchants and dramatically. Now move to the next paragraph, read it, and choose the most appropriate title for it. Okay? I think you have read the paragraph, and what do you think is the most appropriate title? It is the Arabs and traders, or the Arabs as traders. Arabs were mentioned in this paragraph in here, and the way they trade with China and Europe and other countries. Okay, so now which word in this paragraph means position and which word means ways from one place to another? Ways from one place to another. Position and ways from one place to another. Location means position, and the word routes means ways from place to another. Location and routes. Let's move to third paragraph. Read it and choose the most appropriate title for it. Welcome. So I think you have read the paragraph. What do you think is the most appropriate title? Yeah, it is the frankincense trade, because it's clearly talking about frankincense and how it was used in other countries. Good. Now, let's move to which word means sold to another country and which word means religious ceremonies. Sold to another country and religious ceremonies. It is very easy. The word exchange means to be sold to another country. Exchange. And rituals means religious ceremonies. Rituals. Good. Now let's move to next paragraph and see which is the most appropriate title for this paragraph. So I think you have read the paragraph. What do you think is the most appropriate title? Exactly, is the emergence of oil, because it was clearly talking about oil and how it's transformed or transported to other countries. Now let's look for the meaning of relating to trade and money. There is a word related to trade and money, and a word means enormous. Enormous. Which one? Exactly. Economic. It is related to trade and money, while the word gigantic means enormous and very big. So, from your reading, okay, I'll ask you some questions and I'll see if you understand the all text that you have read. First question, in the old days, what did merchant trade in? 2. What was the name of the old overland trade route to China? 3. Which country was frankincense used in religious services? And the last question, how is oil transported from the Middle East today? So let's go to question number 1. In the old days, what did merchants trade in? You remember, they trade in what? Silk and spices. Nice. Number 2, what was the name of the overland trade route to China? It was called Silk Road. Nice, it was called Silk Road. Third question, in which country was frankincense used in religious services? Pharaohs were using them in the ancient Egypt. Nice. Last question, how is oil transported from the Middle East today? They are using gigantic super tankers, so that it's transported by gigantic super tankers. We have come to the end of this lesson today. I will give you a little homework. I need you to check your workbook, activity 3 and 4, page 3. You have a reading there. You will be asked to choose which title is the most appropriate also, and to answer some multiple choice question from the reading. It's a very nice, easy task to do. Wish you all the best and see you in the coming lesson.